still today, I'm still trying to think through my head. What is the tagline, the motto of Swangz Avenue?
We are more than music.
We are more than music. And here, to let us know why they are more than music, is the CEO, the DEO, the FOO, the UC.
Okay. Good spoiler, good intro, man. Dude.
Yes.
We promised and we're here to deliver.
Thank
the
you.
Man behind, or the brains behind Swangz Avenue, the person that no one ever really gets to see.
Yes.
Some people think you're a myth, though. They hear the name, they never see the person, even in events. The one and only Julius Kyazze, ladies and gentlemen.
JK.
This is him.
You know, to add to what you're saying, many people say, Julius Kyazze, the man behind a million videos and has not appeared in one.
Speaking of.
Where I'm on a live video now.
I'm telling you.
Super video shot.
You know, here's the funniest thing. He could have appeared, but we didn't know. Because no one knows it's him.
And it's not just the music videos, by the way. Some of the most memorable music you guys have listened to, he has actually penned them.
Yes.
Should we brag about that as well?
A little bit. Just give the people a brief
until
history.
Recent that I've allowed, say, my name to be put on the credits list.
Yes.
For songs. But before that, I would not want to be associated.
Yeah.
But our distribution guys now, because they track writers' revenues and all that, so they kept telling me, you know, there's money actually living on the table as a writer. Yeah. So let's credit to you. So I think I started getting writers' credits.
Sankofa album, yes.
No, African music.
Yes, actually, African music, yes.
Yeah, I did a lot of writing with Azawi on African music.
Yeah.
But before that, I'd written a couple of songs in the past. I don't want to call myself such a big songwriter. I do it when I want to. And sometimes, and I'm not as accomplished as the guys that see it and compose and, you know, but I'm able to throw words into melodies. I'm able to come up with hooks. I'm very good with hooks. Yeah, like I've been doing it randomly every now and then. I did it, I remember many years ago for Winnie Zembeda. Yeah. You know, I did it on a couple of songs over the years. But it's African music with Azawi that we actually spend quite a lot of time, because that's when I had time as well. Yeah. To be in the studio. It was lockdown, so we spent quite a lot of time with Azawi. Azawi is amazing. Like, you know, I don't know any better writers right now in the business. So when you are with her in studio, even when you are an upcoming writer, you only get better. Nice. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with Azawi on the African music album.
African music, there's a particular song that I keep asking myself how you guys wrote it. Fwa, fwa, fwa.
How you do me?
How you do me like a fwa, fwa, fwa? What's the story behind that song?
As I would answer, but I actually co-wrote that, bit of that with Azawi.
Yes.
The story, which is weird, coming from a guy. There's a time when I was talking to my wife and we're talking about it, like, so how does a guy know this? Because but I've had women many times on their sexual preferences.
Yes.
Many of them maybe want to be handled a certain way,
slower,
more careful, more, you know, they are delicate beings. So it's about this, it's about a girl, a lady telling a guy, you know, I like you to take me slowly, ta-ta-ta, not fa-fa-fa. Like ta-ta-ta is step by step, like don't rush me. Like most women can relate to that. So we felt it would be powerful for women to communicate a very sensitive issue. Because sometimes a woman can come to you and like, hey, doggy man, don't speedy, but women have, you know, this thing they would do. They might just put that song on repeat. And they're sending a message.
If someone wants to understand where Julius Kyazze came from, what exactly does Julius Kyazze do, or where would we actually categorize you? Just a brief history of who you are.
I've evolved over the years. I started almost 20 years ago as a dancer. Some guy.
There's space, I mean,
well, now I can't. The leg, so now you see the moves, but then you know the body's laughing at you like, boss. You're not 20 anymore.
You need to be like Joe Biden.
There's some funny guy one day says, he's a fucking dancer. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. No one is denying it. I'm actually proud of it. So I started as a dancer, then evolved into other things. Started writing a magazine, Buzz magazine. Did that for a couple of years. Then that's when I teamed up with Ben, and then we started Swangz. You see the roles kept changing from writer now to a publisher of a magazine, then into a record label business, and the record label has grown into many other things. And now I'm getting into a phase of my life where I'm supporting creatives. I'm not creating as much, but if I see a creative entity that maybe perhaps needs, say, financial to scale out, or it needs structural help to scale out. So we are looking more to opportunities like those on a personal level, but even at Swangz, as a business, we are gravitating more to, can we be the business that enables other creatives? That's why you see we collaborate a lot with other people. You see this Friday we are doing Irene Nambiru. We're like, okay, we have a service we can give this artist. Can we work with them?
It made it seem like Swangz is now into events.
We are a creative business. So you find us in spaces where you can consume art or creative. Whether it's an event or it's a sound or it's a movie, we are likely to you find us in one of those spaces. Are we an events company? I don't think so. Buzz is an events company. You know,
but it's still very much affiliated with Swangz Avenue.
Yeah, we run a couple of entities and a couple of businesses that support each other. So Buzz being one of those.
Yes, and for me, just because I also have interest in events, let's talk about Buzz Events and what it's doing. And now it has grown beyond, our country's borders. There's Buzz Events Tanzania, there's Buzz Events Ghana. A little bud is telling me you're also going into another market. We'll talk about that pretty much later on. But what has it been like for you in that event space? As a newbie into the game, there's a lot, complaints here and there in terms of the needs of the people, what they want or what they would like to experience, but also
the deliveries.
There's also the issue of URA and taxation and whatnot. Like, just how do you ensure that you can be an events person and you actually make bread out of it?
Events business, like many other businesses, and that I think has been the issue with our industry. Like, a lot of people go in it for the vibes. Like, they don't treat it as a business. That's why when we put out a show like Irene, you still get people this day and they're asking for free tickets. I'm like, okay, can I come for free service where you work? So, but that shows you the mentality of how we think. And that crosses over into the people that run businesses. They forget that they are running actually businesses. So that's something we take very seriously. Even at Swangz, I don't know many entities, and I'm not just tweaking our horn, but the one thing that I pride myself in is the team that we have at Swangz. The people wake up in the morning and they're in office at 8 to work on a product that everyone thinks, it's music. But we wake up every day, 8 a.m., the office is full, and it's about 6. You see there's so many people in the office. So we take it serious. We take our work serious. And when you find another group of people that takes or take what they do very seriously, you see the results. When you see the other, because we're not the only ones in the business that are doing things that maybe you guys appreciate, but you see even those people take it serious. So when you compare that with the people that you reference to that struggle, you still see that there's a level of not taking it as serious. Our lives depend on it, and that's how we treat it. That's what we know how to do. We don't know many things. So you also ask about Ghana and all these places, us opening in those other markets. So you guys be on these shows, even the fans, and everyone is talking about our artists are not going international. Why are they not crossing over? A journalist once asked me that. But why are we going to get our music to go international? I asked this lady, but don't you want to get international? Also, you
as a journalist, yes.
You were on BBS alone. Like you should also. Haven't you seen CNN? Haven't you heard of it? Haven't you heard MSNBC? No, genuinely. So I think we need to stop thinking that it's only a musician. Even businesses should be seeking opportunities to go out. Even you guys should be looking at, okay, wait a minute. I'm a good DJ, I'm a good presenter, must it be just here? Can I impress people in Rwanda? And if you fail, it's okay, who cares? So that's what we're doing. We're like, let's see what we can do somewhere else. If it works, we'll be glad. If it doesn't, we'll learn and go. We won't quit, we'll keep pushing.
Julius, I just want us to step into the spectrum of holding on ground, family, a steady vision. May I celebrate you for having the vision of, first of all, attach a lot of respect for holding it down for 20 years. 20 straight solid years.
Oh.
But 20 years of pure hustle and bustle. Those that follow Julius and Benon, they know that it's from Muswangali to Swangz Avenue. If you look at Swangz Avenue today, I think I will profoundly and authoritatively say that you are the most profound music record label in Uganda.
That's true.
You have a design structure that no other label has in Uganda. It is without a shadow of a doubt. And time and again, I have been telling people, you people, you do one song, you do two songs, people say, you have a hit, then it's a concert. You people, you do one song, you do two songs, then they say, you are the biggest musician in the whole of Africa. Swangz can have 5 front runners in the music business, all of them having about 3 or 4 hits doing front runners, and they're not even discussing the concert. They're not even blowing the trumpet for themselves that, you know what, we have the biggest musician in Africa. No. And then fast forward, Swangz is actually announcing that we're opening up a class. We want students of the industry. And I'm thinking, when I look at you, I'm thinking, how do you hold down a vision that will build a kind of legacy that not so many people will be able to do? That even when you are out of the country, even when you don't have to be in the building, you already are teaching new people how to produce music, new people how to video edit music, new people how to become global marketeers, sales team. You're sending people out all the time. You guys go to MTN, you guys go to here, you guys go to here. How do you hold that vision down?
I don't think there's a right answer for that. But I constantly, I'll tell you, I'll give credit to the people that work here. They make it happen. It's not me, it's not Benon. Collectively across the businesses, I think we employ over 100 people plus. It's those guys, it's those people, you know, that spend nights out. Sometimes we are here, like the other day we were in Ginger at Rosanoem, and we're not doing anything. We're just there with Benon just to blast. And we kept checking on ourselves. Who's next on stage? Like, I don't know. Then I said, who's going next on stage? I have no idea.
You delegated the whole team to execute.
Yeah. So for me, it's those people. Like, we've been blessed to find the right people to work with. And are we the most clever people? No, we are not. I think we've been, you know, blessed in a way that we tend to find the right people. And the right teams. However, we know also that has got us where we are. It might not take us where we want to go for the next 20. So for us to ensure that the next 20 is continued growth, we have to teach. We have to teach people what we know. And the best way to teach people what you know, we decided, yeah, let's set up a school. And you realize the things we teach in our school is stuff that we do. So we're not teaching people what we don't know. We are not even putting them in class to, you know, start lecturing them about, you know, cram this, right? No. We get a job today. We get a project, for instance. And they say 2 months project. We announce a course. So that way, when we are delivering the project, we are teaching. Like, so we get on every, say if it's a film we are working on, a movie. So we'll attach like 4 interns to the director. We'll attach like 4 interns to the DOP. So they learn on an actual job. So we don't want to keep people for 3 months, 2 months. No. Come in, learn what it is that you want to learn, then we get out and work. Because we believe the education system, actually I keep saying this and I'm not afraid to say it, if you sending your child to university now, chances are that you're even wasting time. Because the education system is just trying to keep up with work. Like, yeah. You know, yeah, and I'm not even just saying this because I'm even having conversations with my own daughter who's 12 years. And I'm like, I think we need to pull out of this system quickly. And then we start working. And I think many parents need to embrace that. Because we realize our business is growing. We are scaling out. There's no people to work. People are leaving campus, and they're as good as senior 4 kids. Yeah. Like, you get them out of campus, and you have to teach them again. So we've talked with our HR. Why don't we just go and hire them from senior 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, get them from senior 6, put them in our academy, teach them what needs to be done. They can work anywhere. There's a guy who works for NTV who sold you guys a show, and this apparently is, you know, he's a student here. A guy came, started took him, now he's done a pilot show. That's what we need to be doing. We cannot spend days, years. We spend so many years in school, unreasonably. Yeah. Like, what are we learning?
That's true.
You know? Unless if you want to be a doctor. But
talking about Canadian tradies and you don't even have a passport. When are you going to go to Canada?
Anyway, Swangz Avenue, yes, is known to be the home of quite a number of artists. That happen to be, I think, the biggest names that we have representing in Uganda. But sometimes people have accused Swangz Avenue of playing favorites when it comes to the artists. Maybe you can shine a light on how this gets to go, because it seems like in particular moments, some people are highlighted, others may not be.
So, you know, let me just step in for a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a time we were in Ginger for Roast and Rhyme, and I asked Julius that very question.
Yeah.
Only that I brought it in a different style.
Yeah.
Julius gave me an answer I'll never forget. I told him, Julius, why do you look like you over-push some people and you look like you don't push some people? Nangam, well, Daddy, all those are my kids. You don't direct me how to love kids. I have a plan for every.
I mean, that's the answer I would give you. If you're a parent, are you going to start choosing between your kids? But in the right business context of Swangz, I'll explain it, because people always bring it up. Oh, you're not pushing this one. Oh, you're not. You know, when you sign a new artist, then they start saying, oh, the other one must be leaving. Like, guys, we're not a soccer team. That when you sign one goalkeeper, one has to go out. So people want to treat us that way, as if we're a football team. That, oh, so there's a striker, so then they sign someone else, then another one has to go. No, that's not the case. Yeah. But what people need to appreciate is that there's a different strategy for every artist. Vinka's business strategy is absolutely, completely different from Weninoaji. Like, we sit at the start of the year and look at every artist, with the artist, and we take a couple of days and do this. And like, okay, what is this artist suffering with? According to the data, according to the information we have, according to the streaming information, according to the bookings, where's the opportunity? We look at all the dynamics and say, okay, so this person needs more local relevance, for instance. So we're going to change their sound this year to do more sound that speaks to this audience. Yeah. And if you realize, for instance, Vinka last year, because Vinka for about 2-3 years, the strategy was a lot different, but then it worked. But then we realized last year that as much as we are winning everything else, we are not winning in Nansana, for instance, or in Masaka, for instance. So you realize that the sound, then we tweaked a bit of that to speak to that person, and the results, you saw them. Everyone last year was like, oh yeah. Like, everyone on ground was like, this artist of the year. Yes, but that was intentional. There was a plan around it. Now you find that Azawi's strategy is totally different. Elijah is different. There are people that ask you, why aren't you pushing Zafaran as much? But you don't know what Zafaran's strategy is. Where we are, she's winning. Where you are, you might think she's not. But what people don't ask themselves, you might not be the target audience. Yes. We might not be intentionally targeting you. Like, there are people that come and tell me, oh, I haven't had Zafar here. I'm like, I'm actually glad you haven't, because we don't want you to. Because you're not the target audience, you know. Yeah. So that helps us also to take that feedback. Like, okay, the strategy is working. Like, if I need to speak to this person and he's not hearing me, I'll be worried. Like, if I went to Mutasa Cafe and randomly asked, Mama Nashitio in a shop, do you know Zafaran? Any of Zafaran, someone said I don't, I'll be worried. If I come to Serena and then I ask you about a Zafar song and you don't know, I'll be like, yeah, that's okay. The strategy is working.
You come to me and ask me about Zaga Zillion.
You don't know.
And I'll tell you everything about Zaga.
Somebody else. Someone else won't understand that. Yes. Who's Zaga? What happened to Zaga? Yes. So we are not trying to get all the artists speak the same language, dress the same way, deliver the same music. We are not a choir. Or we are not a band. Remember back in the days when you had maybe Eagles Production and all those guys, they would have almost the same sound, and what changes is how they tell their stories. No, we are not that. Like, every artist is a band on their own.
Well, we are talking to Julius Kyazze, and we are just about...
...that guarantees to turn on your world. What better way to turn on your world than with the people that actually make it move and shake? We're representing live from Swangz Avenue, and yes, we are chilling with the big man himself, the one and the only Julius Kyazze, who seems to have a lot of questions to answer. Where we had stopped, we were asking you to tell us who your favorite is, but The answer answered us. I mean,
a politician.
No, if he isn't already, but yes, we did also get to ask you guys to tell us who you think your favorite is across all our socials. Just a quick run through so that he can be able to hear. Robert Elvis says Azawi, Western King says Azawi, Kansango Yasari says Azawi, TSK Twahir says Azawi, Namaganda Resti says Kitaka and Azawi. Romantic 256 says my favorite artist from Swangz is Winnie Nwaji, straight from the beginning until now. Boy Child Steffi says Elijah Kitaka. Eddie Sofo says Azawi. Arnold Tiley says Elijah Kitaka finest. Young Skizzy says as per now Elijah Kitaka wins my heart all the way from Arua. Joseph says my best ever since I started understanding the music game has been Vinka, my #1 in the 256. Landscape. Handsome Gishu says Azawi. Otema Sai says Zafaran. Who's Boompati Baby? Someone has said Boompati Baby. I don't know who Boompati Baby is.
Oh, you're winning what?
I think Fire Baby. Fire Baby, I guess. Praise Howell says Face. That would be Azawi, and he particularly likes Face Me by Azawi and A-Pass. Wait, so many people. Gio Emmanuel says Azawi. Omar, that's Daddy K256 says at the moment Zafaran, but she needs double work and time to overthrow Azawi. I'm reading exactly what they say. They're saying, yeah, at the moment Zafaran, but she needs double work and time to overthrow Azawi, official the baddest in the business. They say.
But I'm glad, like, you know, they are throwing so much love to the artists, and also to see that almost each one of those artists is mentioned, like everyone has a favorite.
Yes.
So you now realize what you asked me is impossible. Now you ask me to pick a favorite, like how?
What I'm going to ask you is, basing on your answer, right? When Dagi asked you who your favorite is, you said my next one. I remember during Azawi's show.
No, I didn't say my next one.
Okay, the one
that's going to be signed or he's...
Yeah.
The one you're going to sign.
Because you hold that against me when we review the next one. You'll be like, oh, is this your favorite?
No, there was I think during Azawi's show, there was a girl that was ushered. Glow, I think Joy Gold.
Joy Good.
Yes, Joy Good. Yes. What's her opening? Yes. What's her situation?
So before we announce an artist, or before we launch them out, there's a development phase. So we can identify the talent if we're happy with the talent, but then there's a journey between the point where we say, oh, this is the talent, to when we say, Uganda, this is the talent.
Yes.
A lot of things can happen in between there. So you find at any given time we have a number of artists in development. Like for instance, some artists spend a short time in development, some artists spend longer in development, and not that they are less talented, but maybe because in terms of positioning and what we want to hear, you know, we are not happy with what we're putting out. By the time we put out an artist, we are happy with what we've done with them. And usually we don't speak about artists that we haven't launched. But there's quite a number in development. Like for instance, Elijah spent a full year in development. From the time we signed Elijah to the time you heard Elijah's first song from Swangz, it was a full year. So yeah, Joy is one of those artists that are in development. But announcements will be made.
Right.
Which gets me to the next question. When it comes to pecking order in terms of celebrating a Swangz Avenue artist, concert-wise, there's a way you beat our understanding when we step into that spectrum. At the moment where people think, okay, now is the time, you guys don't even talk about it. And then next year, now is the time. You guys don't even smell it. Now, and then from absolutely nowhere, you drop a date. And the reason I'm saying this is because why so many people have been having the conversation of Swangz Avenue has favorites, Swangz Avenue has a pecking order, Swangz Avenue has this. I'm going to put this on the table. I was with Brian, and we were just having this discussion. And Brian himself, Nangambo, Manyinze, Indo Pacific, Nangambo, whatever. Kachasai bakamwa concert mbili. Wala.
Ya vinga jadi.
Vinga tamwange koza. Wala. Wini bamuwemo miaka musanvu. Wala. And I was thinking, man, bagaya was together how they are picking all the CG together. And recently, about a week ago, 2 weeks, is it? There's been like a hashtag and pressure building for Vinka. Have you guys been following?
Yeah.
I'm sure your ears are on ground and people are thinking, I think Vinka is overdue.
Yeah.
Mulikuchi, how do you generate your pecking order to celebrate a Swangz Avenue artist?
So again, I said we're not a sports team. In the sports team, you have a pecking order. You can't have 2 goalkeepers on the pitch. Now, in music, it's not that way. We can have many people as possible. We can have many concerts. However, what will be Mutalaba? What will be Mutalaba? So when we said and said this is what we need for this artist, you just imagine if we are responding to social media to make our decisions. Like people are going to go and make noise on social media and tell us this one, and we react to that. You never do anything, you know. You remember this famous quote about Henry Ford. If Henry Ford had gone to people and asked them, there was no car then. They were using carriages and horses and stuff. If he had gone to them and asked them, what do you want? They would have told him, want a faster horse. They wouldn't have said, want a car, because they've never seen it. So we listen to our consumers, we listen to our fans a lot. We pay attention to what they are saying. But also that does not entirely define what it is that we do. Yeah, like I'll give an example. Winnie Nwaji, for instance. Mwabanja Winnie Nwaji.
7 straight years.
Yeah. But when we decided to do it, I don't think anyone has had a bigger crowd at the cricket oval since then.
Nobody.
So, yes, Vinka is hot right now. But we announce when we think we are in a good place. And for us, we don't think, contrary to maybe what everyone else thinks, maybe even some musicians, people think, yeah, you do the show, then yeah, you're certified. As long as you do the show, certified, like watching Mazo Wachikubie. But you're doing shows every day. You're doing where you're doing a show. You're doing shows every day.
You're moving. Man.
You're moving.
She's not in Canada?
She was in Canada last weekend. She's in the States this week. So she's always doing shows. But just that there is this thinking that it has to be at cricket oval, it has to be a certain way.
No. Let me just interrupt. No, not that she has to be at cricket oval. Yeah. As an example, I think how people interpret and understand this is, I'll give you an example. The time I was heavily engaged in that conversation is when Vinka was the front runner for Roast and Rhyme. She was the front runner. She was the lead act. And when she performed and executed properly after Elijah performed with Double Black and all that, and Vinka came in for at least 1 hour straight, then people started the conversation, this girl is ready. This girl is ready.
So I'll tell you.
The execution was next to perfect.
I'll tell you, I don't think there are many artists that can put up a show that good. Like when you watch Vinka, like no one has to tell us that we know. We know this kid is an animal, she's a monster. When she goes on stage, you know, she means business. Like, we have no doubt. But maybe the difference between us, never fan, but fan was opportunities, again, to maybe we have again. But then for us, and we could be wrong. If it was at Yakatandika, like, why are you in a rush? We don't think she's picked. So everyone else, maybe the fans think, and we could be wrong, but we believe, according to the plan that we've laid out, this was part of the plan. You saw this with Winnie Nwaji, it took a bit of time. But it works in the benefit of the artist if you do things a bit cheap. Tetwagala nnyo kola bya moment eyo mbukuba maybe yafunya kayimba kati kali number 1 kati show. Kayimba kali number 1 kati show. No, can you do that consistently? Because nze ndaba mu butitiza abayimbi abeeraawo.
Little puzzle yalanze show.
Olina akola akayimba nalanga show. So me what I pick from that, ndozo otidde tolinayo kala tochiddemu. But I look at Vinka and what she's done, I'm like, yeah, this we can do again. Like if we do the right things, if we focus and stay on strategy and stay on plan, you know, yeah, Vinka tebamutu saba.
She'll still be
here.
Yeah.
You can imagine if we had listened at that point when everyone was abusing her and we pulled her and said, so if we didn't listen to you then, now you want us to listen and say, can I was show?
But here's the thing. You've definitely been doing things at your own pace. Some things that people may not entirely understand. When you guys talk about an all-star album, what do you mean? Because the people are just trying to understand what exactly Swangz Avenue is preparing. I mean, you guys go all the way to Zanzibar, which looked like you guys were just having a good time. Yeah. But then you're saying you're working. I'd say who is doing what. And explain to us where this whole album thing is going and what exactly it's about.
So a lot of people were asking us in the past, can you guys do another Mr. DJ song? Like, no, we can't. That was a vibe. So there's no challenge in doing another Mr. DJ. Can you do that again even? Because there are things you cannot do.
Repeat, yeah.
But we've never, this is the most number of artists we've had at the record label at any one given time. But they've never worked on a body of work together. So you find that Vinka has a song with Winnie, but you've seen the fans on the groups. Like, oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite. They love all the artists. So like, why don't we do an album where all the artists are? So you'll find that some songs we have 3 artists, some songs there are 5, some songs there are 2. Yeah, but we felt a body of work by all our artists should be something nice for the fans to consume. Yeah, so when we went to Zanzibar, yeah, we looked like we were having a blast. We did. But it was also very hectic. Like, there are things that people did not see. Like, for instance, we had a program, you know, everyone wakes up before 7, everyone at the beach by 7 for workout. You work out, have breakfast at 8, 8:30, go to class. So we go through legal things, we go through the music industry, the things that people take for granted. People have to make noise about copyright even when they don't understand
Split
it.
sheeting.
So we try every time we get an opportunity to bring our artists up to date on those conversations. You know, so you don't go on TV and embarrass yourself saying things you don't understand. So we spent quite a lot of time on that. Then we would go to studios. We got to start recording at about maybe midday. Then we have lunch in the studios. Then we do some night sessions as well. So we did that the first 2-3 days, and we were burnt out. Like, it was hectic. Like, everyone was tired. You could see it. And these guys, I give them credit. They would be there still, but you would see they are tired. They are getting, you know, but they would be at the beach by 7. So at some point, me and them said, you know what, I think we need to kill it there for everyone just to recalibrate. Even the content team was tired. Like, you could see. So it was actually a lot of work. You know, the writers, the producers, but it was also fun because we got a very good location. You know, of course you have a beach. We set up 2 studios. There was a nightclub, so we were able to go, we set up a nightclub there as well. You were able to go and listen to some of the stuff you've done in the night. There was a live set, live band. We didn't use it, but we thought at some point we'd use it. So it was actually heavy work to do the album, and we didn't finish it. Of course, we didn't expect to go to the camp and finish it.
Yeah.
But we expected it would put us on track to finish it in time for October, because we gave ourselves.
Can expect the whole album.
You can always panel beat. At least you got the structure started.
The album, yeah, we've given ourselves a very crazy target. To finish an album in the period we've given ourselves, if you've worked on an album before, you know it's insane. Yeah. Because you need almost a month plus or 2 to even just mix the album.
And then there's that period of distribution.
How many songs are going to be on it, though?
I can't answer that now, but what I can tell you, it will be, the entire album experience is going to be between 40 minutes and an hour. So when you decide, I'm going to listen to the album now, just know it will be between 40 minutes and an hour. So those could be 15 tracks, they could be 10, you know, depending on the length, yeah.
Julius, away from the All-Star album, there are individual projects that are supposed to, again, be running. For instance, I know for a fact Elijah Chitaka also is meant to release a body of work this very year. Are we still on the same timeline, or is it now, let's shelve what you're doing as an individual and we focus on the All-Star album?
So the All-Star album is not going to slow down any artist programs. Like we said at the start of the year, we have a plan that this artist is doing this, is doing that. So all their other projects are moving.
Right.
But even the All-Star album is theirs. Like when you get into like split sheets, you'll find that if it's a song of Elijah and Winnie Nwaji, still it's their song. It's just on a different body of work. Yeah, so nothing will stop.
So individual continuity is still on track.
Yes.
Right.
Individual continuity. And the project, the collective project is also on track.
It's also on track.
That's what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
It's amazing what Swangz Avenue is doing. Dagi would ask, Linda would ask, why can't we not have as many Swangz Avenues? What's the process like to have a very
Uganda.
proper record label in Uganda? We've seen some come up and they go down. but you've stayed true to
or
your
even
roots.
the artists
Yes.
that just cannot.
And then there are issues with record deals and all these things. But what Ugandans want is, can we have as more
the structure,
professionalized?
Era Swangz Avenue, Swangz Avenue is meant to get a because I think over when I global simani because
oh no, Mugati, don't get up.
Wait, hold up. My producer is here, Marco. My producer is here. If only he could come on set for a minute. Abayimbi abakusaba interview. Nova wa interview. Nova ga mumpereze ekifaananyi mbakolere artwork. Yakusabye interview ku Lwakuna. Interview netuuka ku Monday ng'ekifaananyi tekiraba kuyita mu WhatsApp. Naye nga ali online omulaba. N'akozesa ekifaananyi ku Monday ku ssaawa 10 nga show ya ssaawa 11 n'atuuka ssaawa 12 n'eddakiika 4. And I'm thinking, Chichi.
Professionalism.
What's happening?
I think it's the development you were talking about, artist development.
So it's not even just the artist. It's the entire
ecosystem.
Entire ecosystem, the entire chain. And that's why we do a lot of training now. Like we're about to announce a course for artist managers. Like we are not even playing in the industry to say, oh, want to compete and be the #1 and and all that. Yeah, it's a nice place to be, but if you're competing with yourself, then it's not even fun. So, but we are thinking, are we able to? Can we be able to give
Maven a run for their money?
No. Can we get more of us?
Okay.
And this we are not just even saying for TV. Like we are open to even support other labels on things that they would struggle with. Distribution, for instance.
Yes.
Pitching for playlisting, because we have a distribution arm, Kerere, that does our global distribution. So, and we've opened that up for other labels. There are musicians that have approached personally that, can we do this for you? We don't want to sign you, but you have something going. How can we help you? and
handling and managing bookings.
Unfortunately, and I'll shock you, the artists, like I've heard this from many artists, they'll go like, oh, Julius Kyazze of Swangz. I'm like, yeah, do you want to work with stupid people? Yeah, like Mugezi.
I know which artist you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about.
No, not one. Like, we hear this a lot. Like Swangz approaches an artist because we've seen an opportunity for them and for ourselves. Like there's an opportunity here. Can we work together on this thing? It will blow up. We know the buttons to press and all that. Then they will refuse. Then they come back like a year, 2 years after, when the opportunity is gone and they are stuck in their career. They're like, what were you saying that time? I'm like, come on, that thing has gone. And that happens all the time. But if everyone else in the industry allows to collaborate and partner, and we'll do so much.
Absolutely. Structure. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Structure. I was with Azawi at a wedding. Somebody, I was sitting next to Azawi, and somebody said, I love your music so much. I have a function, so I want you to come and play for me. How much? Because I can pay a deposit right now. And Azawi told the person boldly, I am not allowed to touch money. Wait for my manager, she's coming, you will discuss that. The girl completely said, Daggy, I am not allowed to touch. There's a department for that.
For everything, yeah.
And then the Mugole happened to be Pages, the lead singer of Abeka. That was his wedding. Now, Pages came to Jailer and they said, Banange, Monomimbi Monange. No, I imbira mu abantu bange kantu kamu. Jailer first thought through for about 15 dead minutes. She was thinking, but anyway, I'll handle it. I'll explain. And Jailer told Azawi, when you're on the microphone, make it clear that you're not performing for any fee. And Azawi actually said it on the mic. He said, this is my friend, fellow artist. This is wedding, special day. I want to make it clear I'm not performing for any fee. So choose your favorite. Nengamba kati basajja bange abalala bembeera nabo n'omugamba nti sente booking yakugamba soko letezo olina wa.
But you see what that does, eh? Because if she had not done that, then gwalimu audience aze kumbaga azawe nakola kamoga nono yatubye lwaki akoze akayimba kamu. So it's just being transparent.
Yes.
That by the way guys know what to expect, because omuyimbi lwogenda maaso gaba fan bote bamanya nkolaganayo ne promoter, like they don't know oba promoter yakubiddeyo oba yakusasudde. That's why you see almost all our artists actually when they go on stage you won't hear a drummer but a chance that atakolede ku stage atakoza no, because once they're on stage that business is not even with the promoter, it's the artist and the fans. So the promoter, whoever has organized, you better finish your business with the artist before they go on stage, because when they are there they're going to give 150%. And you could have had issues. The people always say, oh, Winnie-Nwaji oba yaze late oba biki, but no one is ever going to fault Winnie-Nwaji for putting up a bad show. Like once she's on that stage, it's Vinka. Once she's on Oaza, they will give you 100%. Yeah, so it's about transparency.
Fantastic.
Julius, 2024 is here. We're in the middle of it. Swangz, obviously, we know what you're cooking. But then again, for somebody who's watching, what is the future like for Swangz Avenue?
The future of Swangz is something that super scares me, but super excites me as well. We're cooking quite a lot, and we'll announce as it comes. But like I've been on made noise in that song. Was the whistle song? Yeah. What did he say? Said we're just getting started. Yeah, something like that. So we tell ourselves that all the time. That guys, don't get caught up celebrating things. Like we have a tendency. Yeah, it's good. We did it. Yeah, but now we move on. Like we move
on to the next one.
Yeah, because you can't over-congratulate yourself. So we hear all the noises, oh, Swangz Makoze Bulunju, and we love that. We love to hear it. But we are more worried about what next. What next? You know, what do we do tomorrow? What do we do next year? What do we do in 5 years? Where is the business headed? You know, where is the industry headed? And now our focus is continental. So you hear more things coming up outside even this market. So that excites us because it's challenging, it's expensive, it takes time. We are going to play with the big boys. We're already in those spaces. You know, we don't know how we'll do there, but it's exciting. You know, for Ugandan business to try and go and flex with these people. In Tanzania, for instance, we've entered the market where we're going to flex with Wasafi. You know, they are big dogs in their market. They're the Swangz in that market. And we are the little boys. We are the challenger label there. When you go to Ghana, Lynx, they're the big boys. But we're entering as, you know, the little boys. So it's not the same way. You know, it's different in Uganda if you're behaving like, everyone has accepted you relatively, people appreciate your artist. So the way you play there might be different when you're the one playing catch-up in another market.
Absolutely.
So that is two things. It's exciting, but it's also scary.
Absolutely.
But we're excited to go on that journey.
Fantastic. Kakati omuyimbi ali mukulaba yakulidde oyogera nti the next one I'm signing. Nakyo mugenda kiranga.
I don't know the next one. Usually there's people, and there's not even a standard process. Like people keep asking us, so what's the procedure? When you look at all our artists, how we've discovered all of them is different for each one of them.
That's true.
Yeah. So if you are there and you think you have the talent and all that, first stop this habit of, I have my songs in a book. You can as well keep your book. Because no one is going to invest in an artist who's not even willing to do the bare minimum. So like, I have a full book of songs. Yeah, this is not high school anymore, where we send love letters, you know, as songs. This is the real business now. If you want to be serious, you better prove to record labels that you're actually serious. Get some traction. That we used to do. You get an artist who's never sang, a parent comes, this is my kid, you know, I think they are talented. We used to do that. Yeah. But now, what excuse do you have for you not to have music out with social media? For you not to have content out? So if an artist comes to me and says, I'm only lacking a manager, so I'm like, okay, what have you done so far? No, I'm just waiting for a manager. That one, don't waste it.
Julius, before we say bye-bye, this Friday, Irene Namubiru, Timeless Experience. Let the people know what's up.
Timeless Experience. One, this happened to us when we did Juliana last year, the other year. People showed up at the gate, and it was painful to turn them away. So my request, or my humble request to people that love Irene Namubiru, buy your tickets like today. Because these guys in the office are even debating today, like, I think we're selling out tomorrow. Wednesday, there's a bet going on because they are looking at the numbers. So it's possible that you'll wait for Friday, you bought your clothes, you show, because Serena is small, we're talking about 1,500 people.
True.
So those tickets will go. So if you are an Irene Nambiru fan, pick up your ticket. There are no early birds anymore. I think those ones sold out. Pick up your ticket. A table is only a seat on a table. You can buy a seat on a table for 400,000, or you can buy a VIP ticket just to sit in the stands at 200K. The show starts at 8, and if you've been at Swangz shows, we keep time. If we say 8, we 8. So Irene will perform, of course. She has a long set. She has a very, very long set. She's going to perform all our songs. Yeah, but also we have some surprises in there.
All right.
Yeah, like for instance, if you're an Elijah fan, you're an Azawi fan, more likely that Swangz will spice it up for you.
Yeah.
All righty, man. Julius, we want to say thank you for making all the time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me. For the first time, by the way.
For the very first time. We want to say thank you so much. A lot of insight has been shared, and we want to say we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you.
Keep
thank you,
winning
guys.
And keep counting your blessings.
Let's go together.
Yeah,
and let the people know Doug is to Amua bread. They keep thinking Doug is under the bed.
Okay. Bread. Doug is to Amua bread to Amua bakery.